Good morning and welcome to the Manuchehri Show. We are live just outside of Seattle. Benny and Jen are in the main studio in Bellevue, and I'm in my home office in Bothell. So welcome, welcome. And my first announcement is our Greece retreat is up. The second announcement is we already sold a lot of rooms. So we only have, I think, less than a handful now of double rooms remain. And I rented a second different villa. So Benny, we there's always been one. So there's a main villa where I teach out, right? And where a certain number of people can stay, like I think 14, but we always have more than 20. So the only home that's been available, which we've rented twice, which is lovely. It's not on the ocean. It doesn't really have enough bathrooms, but it was the only one we had. But now we have options. There's another villa that our host found, and we've secured it. It's also on the ocean.
Ooh.
And they're putting a pool in before we get there, which was really lovely. And every room has a bathroom. So now we're going to have, two really cool, 4-star plus areas for people to stay in. I'm very excited, but we sold out so quick already. Jen was working all weekend, taking people's calls and orders for the retreat.
Sounds amazing. Sorry, Jen, you had to work this weekend. That's our
Yeah.
that's our bad. We didn't expect that one, but good job all around. Yeah, that's awesome. Good news.
Yeah, that's very exciting. So if you're interested in the rooms that are left, double rooms, please go to energyintuitive.com, click on the events page and go to retreats. And you can see the pictures, find out everything. It's going to be super fun. It's titled Fall in Love with You and Unlock Your Magnificence Retreat.
Ooh.
So we're going to have a lot of fun.
Sounds fantastic. And with our last show, they were talking about expansion on the show.
Ooh.
So this is obviously a year of expansion even for you too, getting that other villa. So
yeah, well, it's kind of cool because Pluto is leaving Capricorn.
Yeah,
which
get
is
out
like,
of here, Pluto. We don't want you. We don't want you.
Yeah, it's going into Aquarius, which I think is a better aspect for it.
Okay,
And
good.
Yeah, for 20 years, it was 16 years in your sign, but now it's going to move into Aquarius. Yeah.
See you in the 60s. That's when I'm turning 60s. So we'll see you then. 20 plus years. We'll see you then.
All right. We're taking people's calls.
We are. It's an
right?
open call-in show day today. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. If you need more information about her and or the show, energyintuitive.com. And we'll start things off with Anna or Anna. I believe it's Anna. We'll go with Anna, calling in from Billings, Montana. Hi, Anna.
Hi. Thanks so much for taking my call.
Sure.
Of course, Anna. What can I do for you?
Hi. I am calling about my former husband and his new wife. It was a dramatic divorce. They live around the corner from me, and my sons are in their late teens, and they have sort of migrated up there. And I am trying not to dip into victimhood because I didn't do anything wrong. But it's really hard. It's really hard to stay in high vibe when I grieve my empty nest. It's really hard to stay in high vibe when I hear about some drama that's going on. And I know I have trouble because I dip out of the high vibe.
Right. Well, first of all, I'm very sorry that the boys are starting to camp out at their dad's house more than yours. And I just want to say, everybody has a role in a relationship. Everyone does. I mean, like, for example, everyone would say my ex-husband was mean and challenging and difficult, but I was too passive. I didn't set boundaries. I didn't walk away. I allowed him to behave the way he chose to behave for 2 decades. I allowed him to be that way. So that's not healthy either, right? It's not healthy to be passive in a relationship. It's not healthy to say how you feel. It's not healthy to demand that someone treat you with respect. So everyone has a responsibility in a relationship. So let's just get that clear, because the sooner you recognize that, the better you're going to be able to heal, so you can have, if you don't already, more healthy relationships, whether those are romantic or friendship relationships. Everyone has a role, no matter what is going on in a relationship. So okay, good. Have the boys told you why they're hanging out with dad?
I think that they're I think that they're getting to know him more.
Yeah. I don't really feel like this is a bad thing. I feel like your kids are so lucky that their parents live so close together, they can go back and forth. And I think your sons are kind of stepping into their masculine energy more. And so they're looking for that masculine role model. And eventually, I think they're going to come back to your home and maybe then fly back and forth. I think they're very fortunate to have you guys so close. And maybe you could take this as a little bit of a break. Like, can you go take a trip? Go meet some new girlfriends. Go to Hawaii. Go do something fun. Could you do that?
Yep.
Okay.
That was an easy answer.
Right?
Right? Sure
and
can.
then I think the boys will respect you more,
Yeah.
And go, oh, wow, mom's got a life beside us.
She's moving on too. Good for her.
Yeah, I think they'll go, hey, we miss our mom. Where is she? Where did she go?
Yeah. So a what if question for me?
Yeah. What if our family is changing in healthy and amazing ways, and we're all learning to come together in healthy and amazing ways, and I am safe, all is well.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about it. So please don't worry about it. And I understand that feeling of being in a relationship where someone was unfair or unkind. I get it. I truly, truly do. But if you could try to remember just the beauty of that relationship, that will make the boys also attracted to your home and your energy.
Okay. I love it. Thank you so much.
Okay, good. You're welcome. Good luck and go have some fun.
Yeah, thanks, Anna, for joining the show from Billings, Montana. Let's see here. 877-825-8828 for the Manuchehri Show. We'll take now Liz calling from the Seattle area. Hi, Liz.
Hi, how are you?
We're good.
We're good, Liz. What can I do for you?
Well, first of all, I saw your Instagram story this morning with the eagle, which
Wasn't that cool?
Yeah, I've kind of, I don't know, I've picked that as the sign for my dad. And so I took it as my sign to finally call in, and I can't believe I got through.
But that's your dad helping you.
Yeah, I think so. He seems to drop in quite a bit. But the reason why I'm calling is I was recently diagnosed with Hashimoto's, and I wanted to get your take on it.
Sure. Yeah. I'm so glad you called in. And that Instagram post was from yesterday. I was walking Charles in downtown Bothell at one of the parks, and there was this eagle in the tree eating what I think was a large fish because it was just chowing down for quite a while.
He's picking up on his omega-3s. Good.
He really was.
Doing his thing.
And he was kind of yelling at the crows, or at least that's how I interpreted it.
That's mine. Those are mine.
Yeah. Like, could you hear the crows were like, could you hurry up and leave? We want the leftovers of that fish.
We got to eat too.
But it was just stunning because the branch he was on wasn't like miles high in the air, like most of the branches where I see eagles, perching.
Yeah, he's pretty close.
So he was pretty close. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad that touched you or made you remember your dad or feel that your dad is there with you. So Hashimoto's, as you know, or our listeners probably know, it's about a thyroid disease, right? And if I remember correctly, it's like the thyroid's attacking itself. Something of that nature, correct?
Yes.
Right. So the throat chakra is the most powerful vortex in the physical body. So it's the strongest, most powerful chakra in the human form for a lot of reasons. One, when you speak your truth, energy leaves that gorgeous chakra and goes all the way to the fifth layer of the auric field, which is called the divine plan or one's life purpose. It can also be called magical gifts and talents. It's about one's God self or creative self, one's magnificent being, which we always are that being. Even if we never realize it in a lifetime, those attributes never go away or fade. They just follow us wherever we are in the universe. And our desire on earth is to really allow them to become unfolded in this physical reality. So speaking your truth could be an issue. And I don't mean that dishonesty. You're a very honest person, probably to a fault, actually, which I can relate to. Sometimes it's nice if you could lie just a little. But you're afraid of your power and you're afraid of your magnificence. So your truth that you need to speak from comes from the lower half of your body, that deep, intimate relationship you have with yourself. And I would love it if you start speaking from that place, start sharing who you are from that place. Does that make sense?
It does. It's something I've been working on, actually.
Oh, good. Congratulations. And I also want to let you know that you have energy moving into your solar plexus, which is unusual. And it means your immune system is being fed. Your heart chakra is taking in energy, your sixth, your seventh, your first. And the only thing you have going on in the throat is a pass through, which isn't even a real leak. So I don't know if they can measure I bet they can, Hashimoto's disease on a scale of 0 to terrible. I would say yours is on the softer side. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's accurate.
Great. So can you imagine that whatever you choose to heal yourself, which I would highly recommend a good natural path, of course, conventional doctors, if you want to see them as well, but natural paths tend to be very deep in their understanding of the physiology of hormones, I think more so than endocrinologists that I know. I'm sure there's wonderful.
It actually was a naturopath.
Okay, great. So I think you're going to have a full recovery from this. I do. Okay. And what you could notice is when you are in that full expression of yourself, you feel more energized. You feel freer in your neck. You might feel a little vulnerable, which can be a little scary, but that could be signs for you that you're feeding the vortex well, that you're on track. I notice when I'm detached from speaking my truth in a significant way, I fake smile. It's like, I'm not saying anything, but I'm just like, I'm just like nodding and smiling, but I'm not agreeing with anything that anyone's saying. So make sure you don't do that.
Okay.
Is that helpful?
Question? Yes, very.
Your dad hopes that you see eagles all day today, the rest of the week, the whole month, so that you know how much he loves you. He even loves you more that he's crossed over because he can see you in a bigger perception of who you really are.
I appreciate that. Would you mind giving me a what if question to repeat?
What if I feel safe in expressing my authentic self and living my magnificence?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah, and keep us posted. Let us know how it goes.
All right. Thank you. Take care.
You're welcome. You too.
Yeah. Thanks, Liz, for joining the show. Let's see here. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. If you're just tuning in, we'll now take Maggie, who's calling in from Auckland, New Zealand.
Ooh.
Is that true?
Hi, Maggie.
Hi, Ben.
Hi. How's New Zealand?
It's raining right now.
Really so it's like Seattle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's beautiful there.
Hot. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I spoke over you. I'll try to be better. Could you say that again?
Oh, I was just going to say it's just been really hot lately, so I'm glad it's raining actually.
Good. What can I do for you?
I'm just calling because I have a couple things, but I'll go through it really quickly. One of the things is I just wanted to really know how many spirit guides I have and if they have any particular messages for me.
You have about 32 right now. I think your original guide group, and I love how Benny went, wow, because he's been, listening to the show for over a decade. Yeah. Right? And so people have asked me this question a lot. So you have 32. I think your original guide group is 7. So, you have quite a few extra guides right now, and they could become permanent. When someone has a lot of extra guides, it means that they're doing significant work, a significant movement. They're making progress. They're making shifts. And I can kind of feel in your voice that you may not have been convinced of that maybe you were like, I don't know, am I on the right track here? What's going on?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I want you to stay patient and stay in the game because you really are there. You really are there. You have all these extra guides, and extra guides come when we are breaking karmic patterns and we're moving forward in ways we never have before, we never thought we would. And sometimes the energy of that shows up first before the human mind has the awareness of, oh, I really have changed. Oh, my world is shifting. So try not to drop your energy and go back into your old patterns of this is never going to work out, or I'm never going to get what I want, or whatever your story has been. And do your best to stay optimistic and in that delight and gratitude energy, because you really are there. Do you think you could do that?
Really good. Thank you.
Pardon?
Yeah. I'll definitely try, because I've been.
I want you to work on that. Yeah, I really want you to work on that, because this is a profound opportunity for you right now.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. And be patient. Be patient. Be loving to yourself. Be very kind to yourself, and be patient. Sometimes that's what we need. Sometimes people pull back just before, everything's supposed to just, move into celebration. And that's annoying and frustrating. They don't know that they're about to move into a new paradigm of a reality. So now that you have a little bit of a heads up here, be kind and loving to yourself and patient.
The hardest things for me to do, but it's good to hear that.
Yeah. I think it's hard for everyone to be loving to themselves, and yet it is the key, the transformative key to make things happen or cross that finish line or grab a new idea that's, perfection. Okay.
Yep.
Exactly, okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for calling in. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Maggie, for joining in from New Zealand, and our best also to the former Prime Minister of New Zealand. I don't know if you heard, Jacinda Ardern. Yeah, but they have a new Prime Minister now, and kudos to them as like being an amazing country during the whole COVID thing. They're like amazing. The lowest percentage of, issues going on there, and like good for her. Like wow.
I know. I mean, retrospectively, I thought, yeah, good for her, because she's been there for a while. She's been the PM for a while. I can't remember when she came in, but it's been over 5 years. And she worked through some pretty difficult challenges. She's probably tired and worn out. But I was just sad because, we have this young, modern woman at the hull of a phenomenal country, and we need more role models like that. So I had to get over it.
That was pretty amazing. She also had like her baby during her residency there too, which was kind of cool. I mean, we haven't really seen that around here. So
no, I mean, all of our presidents have been men, and typically older white men. We don't really, and nobody's pregnant except for their wives.
Well, grandchildren and their kids.
That's true.
Right.
Grandkids, so, yeah. But still, that would be an upgrade, I think, for us.
We're doing what we can. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We'll take our first break of the hour, and we'll be right back with more with Marie.
Manifesting techniques are extremely powerful and rewarding and actually work. But what makes them work better and faster is running your energy at a very high vibration. I will begin to teach a brand new course beginning on April 19th. This is an 8-week course at a much lower fee than my 12-week coaching courses, called Shift Your Vibration and Manifest. Well, you will learn incredible manifesting tools while you practice raising your vibration and allowing the things that you desire to come into your life effortlessly. This will be such a fun, fast-paced course that we will be delighted and inspired by all the wonderful things that people will create during this 8-week time period. You don't want to miss this. I don't want to miss it. I can't wait. Sign up now at energyintuitive.com.
Do you make a positive difference in the world? Do you have a talent, philosophy, base of knowledge, product or service that you know could help a lot of people if only you could reach them? Join Alternative Talk 1150's family of broadcasters and start walking down a fruitful path. As host of your very own program, dial 425-653-1150 and find out just how affordable it can be to have a show on 1150 AM. That's 425-653-1150. Alternative Talk, we have an opportunity waiting just for you.
Hello, I'm super excited to be teaching my very first 8-week course all about your spirit guides, titled Come Meet Your Spirit Guides. It will be a fabulous, fun-filled 8-week course of delight through which we will encounter your devoted guides. Unlike my small coaching classes, this is brand new. We will have a much larger class open to many students and available for a much lower fee. Students will have access to a magical learning page that will include a welcome video, access to the course workbook, weekly course recordings and greetings, as well as some more magic or bonus type content. This class will kick off on February 6th. Visit the online courses tab of energyintuitive.com for more information and to secure your spot. I can't wait for you to meet your spirit guides.
Alternative Talk 1150. It's good for what ails you. This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA.
Is love within the rhythm I am breathing. I take the music.
And welcome back to Manuchehri Show. We are live here just outside of Seattle. And I do have a new class coming up. Come meet your spirit guides starting February 6th. That's a Monday. It's going to be super, super fun. Just go to the course tab at energyintuitive.com and sign up. That class, I'm going to add magic. There'll be these extra videos that will give you more information to help you really sense and feel guided, which is all about getting to know yourself better, more deeply, and kind of vulnerably, because your spirit guides dwell in the highest vibration of who you are. So the more you know yourself, the higher you vibrate in the majority of your subatomic particles, making it easier to feel that guidance that is extremely accurate and very, very helpful. So I hope you can join me.
Perfection. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We'll take now Lori calling in from New Jersey. Hi, Lori.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. What can we do for you?
You know what? I hesitated calling, but I said, what the heck? If I get through, let me see what happens, because I've listened to many podcasts. Haven't really heard anything like this before, so I figured, what the heck?
Right. Okay. Well, thank you for being brave and curious. I'm excited. Do you have a question?
Yes. Well, this has to do with my adult daughter and granddaughter. My daughter does know I'm seeking info from the spirit world because we need help beyond this world. It seems. I have an 8-year-old granddaughter who ice skates. She's very good. She was selected for this recreational team where you had to pay up front and sign this contract and all this stuff. So after the fact, all the parents got an email saying there's going to be closed practices, no parents can watch. And my daughter, so and my granddaughter is the youngest on the team. I know my daughter didn't like this, so she replied to the email, say it didn't happen in the past. Why? I want to watch my daughter. And nothing was really said. And then it was basically, why are you closing the practices? And then it took this whole drastic turn where her and some of the moms got this demanding email from the coaches. With, like, you got to meet at this time. It's mandatory. No practices for further notice. I mean, again, no accusations against anybody. It was, why is this closed? So my daughter responded, if this is going to be the tone and practices remain closed, this is not what, they signed up for, they'd be asking for a refund. Yeah. So the coaches or the coach started telling other parents, not my daughter at that time, if anyone asks for a refund, they're going to be banned from the rink. Yeah. We're talking a recreational skating team with my granddaughter's 8. So my daughter, that's what she responded. And they decided, because her daughter does other stuff at the rink, we're just going to, let's go to the meeting, see what's said. We're going to just donate, because they've made other donation. We're just going to donate this money, but pull our child because we don't need this. And they didn't tell the rink that up front, but so they walked into this meeting, and they had the director there saying, you're banned. They said, what do you mean? What do you mean we're banned? They said, you know what, it's not the money. You could keep the donation. Why is she banned? And he said, well, this is a no-nonsense rink. what do you mean? We question closed practices. In the meantime, before this happened, another mom also pulled her daughter, saying they won't be participating, but they haven't banned her yet. A third mom was also going to pull her child, but my daughter warned, once this happened to my daughter, she's like, be careful because this is crazy. So my daughter did file a complaint with USA Figure Skating, which oversees it.
Good. I think that was a very smart and wise idea. I mean, we already know there's been, coaches can be verbally abusive and other things that, we certainly hope don't happen to anyone. And there needs to be oversight and parents need to be treated with respect. So I think it's great that your daughter pulled out and is not participating in this organization. And maybe there'll be some reshuffling of people after her complaint, who knows? But I think that was very wise that she's not a part of it any longer.
Okay, because it was tough because this is her friends are here. It's
I know, but it doesn't matter. We're talking about we're talking about something competitive too, and we want a child's spirit to be really maintained and loved. We want them to enjoy the game. And we don't know how these coaches are going to respond to these young people. And if there's nobody there to have oversight on that, it doesn't matter. There are many other people in the world that your daughter could hire a private coach for your granddaughter if she wanted to, and something of that nature.
It's just sort of convenient. So on one level, we're like, was this happening to redirect my granddaughter?
I think it happened for. I think it happened for lots of reasons. Again, if we get too passive in life and we let people behave the way they are behaving and we don't take a stance, then people continue to behave that way. So I think it's wonderful that a lot of parents, it sounds like, or a few, complained and are not going to allow their children to be a part of it. Because even though a young child might have incredible athletic abilities, we don't know if that's going to be their career in their lifetime. We don't know what they're going to do. We don't know what's going to make them happy or fulfill them long term. So we certainly don't want to jeopardize their self-esteem or their safety.
Okay, because it was like she wasn't the only one. So I guess that's it. So did you see anything else in the future for my granddaughter? They're looking for another coach, another rink. Like I said, this was like 5 minutes away, so it was convenient.
Yeah, I think your daughter's very self-sufficient and proactive, and she'll find a wonderful coach for her daughter. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just wouldn't worry about any of it. And never worry about what other people say either. Always just stay committed to your own happiness and your own joy and what's ever best for you and your family.
Okay, because it just seemed crazy. Why was she the only one banned? And I'm thinking, is she a threat?
It's probably a good thing. I think it's a good thing. She doesn't need to be a part of them.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks, Lori, for joining us from New Jersey, 877-825-8828. Yeah, we can take another one. Sure, not a problem. Let's see here. Catherine from Texas. Hi, Catherine.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Catherine. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm calling to do a health check. I've been struggling with vertigo problems since about 2021, and the doctors in the state. I used to live over. I still have a home in Washington, but I'm staying in Texas for a little while.
Yeah.
And they didn't seem to really narrow it down to anything. The doctors I saw there. I've just started seeing a new doctor here that's doing some pretty detailed tests, and I have an MRI on the 3rd, and then they're going to do some movement tests on the 14th, and I'm hoping you're able to tap in and let me know if they feel like this is the right path of what's going on, why I have this ongoing off balance. I don't have the spinning, it's just I'm off balance, and it's really affecting my life.
So I think your vertigo is related to hormonal changes. Although I think it's a good idea to get an MRI just in case, like you've had it for a while, they don't know what's wrong. Let's just do it so you can check it off your list. But I think it's hormonal changes in your body. It's not that uncommon. Well, when hormones change, particularly in women, because we really haven't studied men's hormonal changes very well. We haven't really studied women's well either, but we really haven't studied men's, that's for sure. every person has different experiences. And so hormones are these powerful messages. They communicate to all of your organs. And when our hormones start to change, it's almost like they're learning a new language. So let's say your hormones have been speaking Japanese to one another since, you were in puberty, and they speak fluent Japanese, and it's beautiful and goes across your physiology and into all of your organs, and it creates this beautiful dance of health and wellness. And now your hormones are learning Arabic, and it's a brand new language, because when the numbers change in our hormones, it's like the messages are different. They're learning a new language to communicate with each other. And for some people, it pulls them off balance and creates vertigo. From an energetic perspective, this is from you not listening to your intuition, because the third eye rests in the brain, and it affects your equilibrium and all of your five senses, along with your multisensory abilities. So this is about you not listening to your intuition. And then I think hormone changes.
Okay. Could it also be related to the supplement program I've been on with a nutritionist for the last few years?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't. I mean, it's possible, right? It is possible, but that's not what I see at all. I see hormones. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I just turned 59.
Yeah. So hormones keep changing, believe it or not, unless we don't have our ovaries, those reproductive hormones keep changing. So I think it's related to that.
And do you see it as something being long-term?
No, I think it's going to go away. I would recommend, along with, seeing the doctor that you're seeing, is that you see a naturopath, and maybe consider, if it's healthy for you and necessary, to perhaps do some compounded hormones, small amounts of compounded hormones, so you can have your body put into some sort of balance. But that would be a decision that that of course a naturopath would make after consulting with you or visiting with you.
Okay.
And you'll have to probably get in touch with a naturopath, because Texas, I don't think licensed naturopaths. I could be wrong, but there's only, I think 26 states licensed naturopaths, and I don't think Texas is one of them. So, but you could consult with a naturopath in Seattle or California. They can't order your labs, but maybe your doctor would order them for you. They can't prescribe for you when they consult, but if you have a doctor or a practitioner who would allow this licensed person who lives in another state to participate in your health, that would be a great idea.
Okay. And so with that in mind, I'm looking at going back to Washington this year. And
oh, you are? Okay.
And do my guides have, it's a real torn thing, Texas or Washington, but do my guides, are they saying anything about that?
They actually have been. Do you have family in Texas? Is that why you went to Texas?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you just go back and forth? Just back and forth?
Yeah. I mean, I've been staying here, but now the idea, I'm feeling I want to go back home. I don't think your body loves, I love how kind everyone speaks to each other in the South. I love it. Everyone says hi. I live in Seattle. I say hi to everyone, all the dogs. Very few people return that response back. It's just, Seattle's not super, super outgoing, which is fine with me. I don't care. But it's fun to be in the South because people are friendly and outgoing. And when they say come over for barbecue, they mean it. Yeah.
And if they say they're going to water your plants while you travel, they mean it, and they'll do it happily,
Yeah.
So it's a different kind of.
My home in Washington has that kind of neighborhood. We talk to our neighbors.
Oh, good.
We take care of each other when they're on vacation, and but my husband's there, my son's there, and my daughter and my granddaughter are here, and I came to help with child care for a while.
I think you're just going to have to go back and forth. Okay. You're just going to have to go back and forth, and that's okay. That's fine. Okay. So I think that's that part of your intuition where you are so afraid to abandon part of your family. And you really need to think about your own personal happiness and do what's in your greatest good, because you can't force your children to live in the same state or the same country as you. I mean, we would all love that, but you can't. And you have to just allow them to make their choices, which you have, but make sure that you follow your own heart and your own happiness for yourself.
Okay. And may I just throw in one last? I was at the ER on January 5th for digestive stuff. Do you see anything coming up what that was about?
Well, believe it or not, when hormones change, one of the things that women complain about the most is digestive issues. So I think this is all hormonal.
So maybe it's time to do another hormone test. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Or see a naturopath and see what they think. And perhaps if they feel it's appropriate, consider compounded hormones.
Okay. And so, so do the MRI.
I mean, you might as well. I mean, just to be safe, right? Let's just do it just to be safe. But I think all your tests are going to come out with, we don't know what's wrong. You're healthy. Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I'm nervous about the movement test because the basic she did has made me even more off-centered. And they're going to be putting water in my ears. They're going to be spinning tests. And
yeah, that doesn't sound like fun. So maybe not start with that one. If the MRI comes back negative, maybe consider not doing that movement test.
Okay. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Okay, great. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Day. Have a beautiful day.
Yeah, thanks, Catherine, from joining us from the Texas area. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We have some open lines if you'd like to join us. Needing more information about Marie, hit up energyintuitive.com for all of her amazing classes and even travel plans coming up very shortly. So,
oh my gosh.
I know, right? Only you and us know about that. No, I'm just kidding. It's the Greece trip is what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take our second break of the hour. We'll be right back with more with Marie.
Manifesting techniques are extremely powerful and rewarding and actually work. But what makes them work better and faster is running your energy at a very high vibration. I will begin to teach a brand new course beginning on April 19th. This is an 8-week course at a much lower fee than my 12-week coaching courses, called Shift Your Vibration and Manifest. Well, you will learn incredible manifesting tools while you practice raising your vibration and allowing the things that you desire to come into your life effortlessly. This will be such a fun, fast-paced course that we will be delighted and inspired by all the wonderful things that people will create during this 8-week time period. You don't want to miss this. I don't want to miss it. I can't wait. Sign up now at energyintuitive.com.
The life of every child is precious. If you care for a child or teenager with a disability and have limited income and resources, they may qualify for monthly cash payments through the Supplemental Security Income Program, or SSI. Call Social Security at 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov/SSI-Kids to learn more. That's ssa.gov/SSI-Kids. Message produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Hello, I'm super excited to be teaching my very first 8-week course all about your spirit guides, titled Come Meet Your Spirit Guides. It will be a fabulous, fun-filled 8-week course of delight through which we will encounter your devoted guides. Unlike my small coaching classes, this is brand new. We will have a much larger class open to many students and available for a much lower fee. Students will have access to a magical learning page that will include a welcome video, access to the course workbook, weekly course recordings and greetings, as well as some more magic or bonus type content. This class will kick off on February 6th. Visit the online courses tab of energyintuitive.com for more information and to secure your spot. I can't wait for you to meet your spirit guides.
Make it a great day. Keep your dial on Alternative Talk 11.
Cherry Show. We are live here just out of Seattle, taking your calls, giving you my intuitive impressions and advice, which you never have to take and you never have to do. You don't have to follow it. You could do whatever's in your highest good or whatever feels right to you, but I'm happy to offer it here. It's one of the reasons why I do the radio show. I feel like no one has to pay for a session or take a class. They can just call and ask a question and get my intuitive impressions that thankfully have been very helpful for many, 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 many people around the world. So we appreciate you calling in. We love you for being brave and ask your sometimes vulnerable, interesting, weird, or wacky questions. We really appreciate it. All of us, Jen and Benny and I, we really appreciate that. So who do we have?
Yeah, it does take a considerable amount of braveness to get through, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it
you
does.
gotta do that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a lot of other people that would have the same or very similar question and they're nervous on coming out. So it's good.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes.
Let's take now Melanie calling in from the Chicago area. Hi, Melanie.
Hi.
Hi, Melanie.
First, I want to say it's my birthday. So
hey.
I'm so happy to get
happy
through.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
It was my daughter's birthday on Tuesday, so I know you're an Aquarius. That's exciting. Oh, Uranus is an Aquarius and Pluto is moving into your sign in March for a few months, and then we'll jump in Aquarius full-time next January. So that's exciting.
Oh, okay. I don't know what any of that means.
Well, I'm not an astrologer, so I'm probably not the right person to give great explanation on that.
You can look it back up. That's fine.
Yeah, you can look it up. Yeah. So what can I do for you?
Well, so the first, I just wanted to say that so 10 years ago, actually, almost to the day, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And tomorrow I'm going for another follow-up CT bone scan, and I'm a little anxious about it. It's been 10 years. I've been fully off of treatment for about 5 years now, almost going on 5 years. Mm-hmm. They haven't diagnosed me as being in remission, but it's something always in the back of my head.
Yeah. And so why are they doing a bone scan? Did you say it was a bone scan?
Yeah, it's a bone scan and a CT scan. So I do these about every 3 to 4 months because
that's pretty frequent. That's really, 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 really frequent. Have you thought about pulling back so you're not exposing your body to dyes and radiation and unnecessarily? I mean, if you've been clean for all this time, can we let go?
Well, they haven't diagnosed me as showing no evidence of any cancer.
Are you on any form of treatment?
No, not at the time. I've been fully.
Do they want you to be on any form of treatment?
No.
So why are we doing this?
Because they're monitoring a spot that's on my left scapula.
Mm-hmm. Has it changed?
So it has not changed.
Yeah.
No.
And it could, and it could even be scarring. They probably don't know exactly what it is, right? It could be all kinds of interesting things.
It could be, which is why I say that they haven't diagnosed me. But for the most part, I'm pretty optimistic about it. But
good. I'm optimistic about it. I read your energy, and you don't have a leak in any chakra. You're taking energy in every single vortex, which is beautiful. Here's what I'm going to recommend. And again, you don't have to do anything I say, right? I think you should get a second opinion from a different group of oncologists and stop putting your body through and the stress and the anxiety, just putting yourself in that fight or flight response unnecessarily, apparently, all these years, just to get a clear scan and then go back and do it in 2 or 3 months again. I think that's too much. It's too called for. Have you talked to your doctors about not doing it all the time? I mean, one of our problems with modern medicine is that they don't listen to or ask their patients what they want. And that's a problem. I think that's a big problem. I think people heal themselves. And I think you need to put your foot down or get a second opinion or say, I'll do it once a year.
So this is where I'm
maybe
a little conflicted.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I did see another oncologist a few years ago before COVID, and they recommended that maybe I consider doing radiation on that spot. So I did meet with a radiation person, And they're willing to do it, but I'm not there yet.
I don't see why so you have a spot, they don't know what it is, it's not changing. Why would we treat it?
Yeah.
That's just I mean, unless they've said, we know this is cancer, but they don't know what it is.
Right.
They don't know.
They have my current oncologist, I did end up staying with them. They have suggested that maybe I go to every 6 months. And I've considered that, but
so you're scared.
Yeah. I feel like if I go more often, at least we're, on top of it.
I know.
But at the same time, I have the same concerns that you do.
Right. So here's what we need to work on. And I like your oncologist that they said, let's pull back to every 6 months. Now they're back in my favor. I'm like, okay, thank you. So we need to work on you. We need to work on you feeling confident and safe, and that you can trust your body. Your body is amazing. It healed so beautifully well. It handled the conventional medicine extremely well and did such a good job. So let's even consider a what if question. In fact, have you ever seen a hypnotherapist before regarding this?
No.
So if you go to my website, and somewhere on there, I'm so sorry, I'm not very familiar with it these days, I have referrals. And there's a woman, her name is Neela, I think she lives in New York. And she is wonderful. She's a wonderful hypnotherapist, but she even specializes or just really loves health issues. So I would consider having an appointment with her, because she will help you figure out some core issues that I can't do on the radio here. And I book out a year and a half in advance or something like that. She'll help figure out some core issues for you and create a hypnotherapy recording for you that you listen to. You only have to have 2 or 3 sessions with her. And I think it would be really fun for you to get down to these core issues, help to release those blocks, allow the healing that's happened to be celebrated and rejoiced, and allow your body to stay healthy. How does that sound?
No, I love that. Yeah,
I think it'd be really good for you. Yeah, she's lovely. And you can do it all online, obviously. She's helped me and several of my clients that I've referred her to. So I think she's a great fit for you.
Perfect.
Okay, but I'm not worried about you. You look great.
Okay. Thank you. I'm not either, but then, I can't help but be a little nervous.
I think anyone who has to go in for scans every 2 to 3 months, and I've had lots of clients who have had to do the same thing.
Yeah.
You get nervous and you get scared and you get worried. Of course. Who wouldn't? Yeah. People get scared when they make appointments to talk to me. So, or they get nervous. So it makes total sense.
That makes me feel better, because I feel like me being nervous, that I'm not trusting. I feel guilty about not trusting.
Well, I don't want you to feel guilty. Your body did a great job. You healed. We're so happy for you. We're celebrating with you. And now you're just going to work on some of those deep rooted things that are related to this, so that you can let go and enjoy your life in whatever way that brings you authentic peace and happiness.
Awesome. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah. And we're sending you good energy for your scans too.
Thank you. The other thing is, I've always wanted to call in and just ask this, but I'm always nervous about asking this. But I was just wondering if there's any messages or anything from anyone that I may have known who has passed. I don't know why it makes me nervous to know if they have anything to say.
Yeah. Is your father still living?
Yes.
Okay, so it's probably a grandfather or an uncle. There's a man very close to you. Is your father-in-law living too?
I'm sorry, is he what?
Is your father-in-law living as well?
I'm divorced, but the person who I would consider my father-in-law, yeah. So I do think about things that have passed on from that
So
family.
even when someone leaves before someone is born, and it's part of their blood or whatnot, they're going to pay attention. They're going to hang out with them. They're going to know everything about them. They're going to know whom they're around, or even if it's not part of their blood, people who've deceased are still a part of our lives. So this person's apologizing again for the son, and he says that he goes to every single one of your doctor's visits too.
Oh, that's interesting.
Every single one of them. And that's why you feel that connection with this person you never met.
Yeah. That would explain that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right.
Have a beautiful day. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Thanks very much for joining the show. Let's see here. We got about 5 minutes left. We have time for probably one more. So let's take Stephanie calling in from the San Francisco Bay Area. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, how are you?
We're great. Thank you.
We're great. Good. Thank you. What can I do for you, Stephanie?
Hi, Marie.
Hi.
On January 1st, I fell and broke a bunch of bones.
Oh.
And in the course of the day at the emergency room, they did some scans and they found a blockage in my heart, a tumor on my adrenal gland, and stage 1, turns out, lung cancer.
Wow.
And I kind of feel, quite a day that was. I kind of feel like...
No kidding. I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry.
I feel like it's kind of a miracle because...
It is a miracle.
Maybe my guide tricked me or something because there's no cancer in my family. I would never have known.
Right. And stage 1 lung cancer is pretty easy to resolve, right? Like we've progressed. Yes, we've progressed so well that if we catch things early, really early, and they're not aggressive, they can go away just really quickly, sometimes without even chemicals like chemotherapy or radiation. It's amazing how far we've come and how advanced we are. And
it said radiation or chemo because they no involved in the lymph glands. So I feel it's a miracle. I wish it was
a miracle.
To break up my collarbone to do this, but I'll take what I can get. I kind of make a joke because I'm not aware of my spirit guides. I said, I think somebody tricked me.
I think you should believe that. That sounds like it's not your time to go, but it's your time to allow people to love you and appreciate you and for you to receive energy because you're not good at receiving. Which kind of good, because that's kind of what affects anything within the heart chakra area. So the lungs, the heart muscle, the breast tissue, that comes from not allowing ourselves to receive. So here's your opportunity where people can drive you to your appointments, bring you chicken soup, tell you how much they love you, be so grateful that you're going to have a full recovery of everything. And
good. My husband's so scared, and I said, I'm going to be fine. We found this at stage 1. And the heart thing, do something about it. I brought it in my legs. Now I have it there. But I kind of feel like I'll be okay, but I want to make sure I'm okay. And I want to see if the guides who was involved. It was just a miracle.
Well, actually, what they're telling me is you have a friend who's on the other side, a female woman friend, who went up to your guides and said, hey, we got to trip her. We got to do something because she's not going to go to the doctor. She hates the doctor. She's not going. She's not going soon anyway. So do something. So you have a dear friend who's on the other side.
But we have no cancer in my family. I would never guess this.
Yeah, but that's why we go get checkups, just to make sure we're healthy, right?
But that and the heart will be okay. Who's the female? Do you have any? Is it my mother?
No, it's a friend. So it's a friend of yours that's passed over. She's loud, a little abrasive, kind of petite looking, funny. Maybe she's a sister-in-law. I don't know, but she feels like a friend.
Oh, well, I a sister-in-law from cancer.
Okay. Does that sound like her?
Maybe that's it. She has the best laugh in the world.
Okay, great. Good. So we're so excited. I'm sorry all this happened, but I'm so grateful that it did. So grateful that you're getting excellent medical care and that your body is bouncing back. I mean, you're happier because of all of this. I know that sounds weird, but you are.
I am. I feel grateful, and I feel like it was very awkward at first to have to ask for a ride. And I thought, well, this is what you do for other people, and now it's time for you to learn. I kind of got that one. And
I'm proud of you.
I have to be quiet and just forget it that I'm not having business. I can't do my business right now. I think, well, it's tough. This is a priority.
That's
and I'm a little worried about the heart thing.
And we're sending tons of love to you so that all your procedures go flawlessly and they're easy and short. And Benny's waving at me, so I have to go off the air. We send you tons of love. Thank you for calling in, and we wish everyone many, many joyful blessings. And we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye for now.